Welcome back to The Opposers, the channel where we don't tell you what to think. We just show you how the moment is being framed. And today's moment? Before we begin, let's set the stage. The Opposers is about more than a birthday. It's about the architecture of a life, the rise, the reinvention, the legacy. It's about the people who shaped culture, challenged norms, and left fingerprints on the world. Today, we step into the story of a man who didn't just rise through country music. He reshaped its center of gravity. A man whose voice carried the grit of the South, the polish of modern Nashville, and the emotional weight of a generation learning to love, lose, and grow in real time. His presence bridged eras, his sound crossed borders, and his ambition carved out a lane where tradition and evolution could finally shake hands. This is the story of Tim McGraw.
We've talked before about this incredible relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
For the benefit of those who haven't heard it, your dad, I loved your dad. It was one of the great closers in the history of baseball, Phillies and Mets.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe. 72 Mets, I believe.
But you were estranged, right, for a time?
Well,
you didn't know he was.
I didn't know he was my dad. I was 11 years old, and I was rummaging around in my mom's closet and found a birth certificate. I was growing up in Louisiana, and my mom was divorced, and we were barely getting by.
Was your name McGraw?
My name was Smith, yeah. My name was Smith. It was on my birth certificate. McGraw was scratched out, and Smith was written by hand.
He was your stepfather, right?
He was my stepfather.
Was he a good guy?
He was a good guy at heart, but he had a lot of problems, a lot of issues. He was an alcoholic and very abusive.
So you contacted your father, right?
My mom contacted him, and I saw him once. I saw him once when I was 11, and just had a brief lunch with him. And then I never really saw him again until I was 18.
You get to see him pitch?
I got to see him pitch. I got to see him give up a grand slam. The first time I saw him pitch.
The blueprint of a star. The artist who turned consistency into influence, turned storytelling into connection, and turned himself into the blueprint for what a modern country superstar could be. In this clip, Tim McGraw tells E.T. he's all about learning.
I can always count on you to bring the best energy anytime you take the stage. We're here in Sin City. What are you bringing to the stage tonight?
You know, we're doing some old songs.
The classics?
Some of the classics and a couple of new songs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had an incredible year. I know you're back in the studio making new music.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that's inspiring you for what's to come?
You know, I'm always learning. I'm always learning, trying to get better.
Student of the game?
Yep, trying to make better music, trying to find better songs, trying to write better songs,
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to do something better.
Yeah, something tells me that you've got some tricks up your sleeve.
Oh, I'm trying, yeah.
I have to tell you, you brought me to tears earlier this year when your girls surprised everybody on stage and they were singing with you, and I'm a new mom, it really got me in my feels. What does it mean to you to have girls that you can be so proud of?
My girls are incredible. I mean, growing up in the circumstances that they grew up in, and we try to keep them away from it as much as we can.
Yeah.
But it bleeds in. But they're so grounded, and they keep us grounded.
Do they?
Yeah, they keep us grounded, and they're just sweet,
good people.
Good people. Yeah, and that's as a parent, that's the best thing you can hope for.
Yeah. Cherry on top is that they're quite talented
and
too.
They're very talented too.
Very talented.
Yeah.
My final thing before I let you go, fans went so wild for this new look that you debuted.
Oh, my shaved head.
Yes!
Yeah.
Can you tell me what inspired this?
I just decided to do it. It was hot this summer.
Yeah, get rid of it.
And I just decided to do it, and then my wife loved it.
Yeah.
So
she did,
when my wife loves something, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping.
Thank you.
Have fun tonight.
My pleasure.
Thank you. What is
Samuel Timothy McGraw, born May 1st, 1967, is an American country singer and actor. He has released 17 studio albums, 11 for Curb Records, 5 for Big Machine Records, and 1 for Arista Nashville. 10 of those albums have reached #1 on the top country albums charts, with his 1994 breakthrough album, Not a Moment Too Soon, being the top country album of 1994. In total, McGraw's albums have produced 65 singles, 25 of which have reached #1 on the Hot Country Songs or Country Airplay charts. 3 of these singles, It's Your Love, Just to See You Smile, and Live Like You Were Dying, were respectively the top country songs of 1997, 1998, and 2004, according to Billboard year-end. He has also won 3 Grammy Awards, 14 Academy of Country Music Awards, 11 Country Music Association, CMA Awards, 10 American Music Awards, and 3 People's Choice Awards. His Soul to Soul 2 tour, which was done in partnership with his wife, Faith Hill, is one of the highest-grossing tours in country music history and one of the top 5 among all genres of music. He has sold more than 80 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. McGraw has ventured into acting, with supporting roles in The Blind Side, Friday Night Lights, The Kingdom, Tomorrowland, 4 Christmases, flashback scenes in 2 episodes of Yellowstone, and The Shack, as well as lead roles in Flicka, 2006, Country Strong, 2010, and 1883, 2021. He was a minority owner of the Arena Football League's Nashville Cats. McGraw has been married to singer Faith Hill since 1996 and is the eldest son of former Major League Baseball, MLB pitcher Tug McGraw. How many of you knew that? McGraw was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2026. Dreams are for dreamers, but they only come true for the ones willing to show up every day when nobody's watching. The ones who keep singing when the room is empty, keep believing when the world is quiet, and keep pushing even when the road feels longer than the reward. In this clip, Tim McGraw gives an emotional speech as he will soon be inducted into Country Music Hall of Fame. Check it out.
Everybody, please join me in congratulating the modern era artist inductee, Senor Tim McGraw. All right.
This is going to be hard. Wow. Thank you all for being here. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a crier. I mean, I cry at bad commercials. I'm going to try to get through this. I had to write it down because if I tried to wing it, nothing good would come out. As Marty said, I came to Nashville on a Greyhound bus from Louisiana on May 9th, 1989. I arrived around 1 in the morning. And I took my 1 suitcase and my guitar and started walking to a hotel and a bar that somebody had told me about called the Hall of Fame Lounge. I got there just as they were serving last call and started talking to a couple of guys who both, of course, were songwriters. So when the bar closed, we headed to one of their apartments and we stayed up there all night playing songs, a lot of songs from guys on this wall right here. And as the sun was coming up, the phone rang and one of the guys answered and he was told that Keith Whitley had just passed away. I couldn't believe it. Keith was one of my heroes. And one of the main reasons that I got on that bus to start with. That night, country music suffered a terrible loss. But I gained some new friends. And I found a community who loved country music as much as I did. I found my home, I found my wife, my family, my band, my team. So, to go from a bar called the Hall of Fame to be here in the actual Country Music Hall of Fame, surrounded by all of these legends and a lot of my friends. It's just almost impossible for me to believe. It is impossible for me to believe, not almost. It's also fitting that it's National Women's History Month. And everyone who knows me knows that I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for great women in my life. From my grandmother, to my mom, to my sisters, my daughters, and most of all, my wife. Thank you, baby. I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for you, nor would I want to be. And I can't wait for the day when I'm sitting there and you're standing here. Thank you, Sarah and the CMA. Thank you to all those who voted. Thank you to Kyle, Country Music Hall of Fame. Thank you to everyone who's had a hand in my career and in my life who have helped to make today happen. Thank you for your kindness. I'm so grateful and so humbled. This is just incredible. Thank you.
Samuel Timothy McGraw was born in Delhi, Louisiana, the only child of Elizabeth Betty Ann D'Agostino, a waitress from Jacksonville, Florida, and Frank Edwin Tug McGraw, Jr., a pitcher for the minor league Jacksonville Suns and future star pitcher for the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. In 1966, D'Agostino was a student at Terry Parker High School. She lived in the same apartment building as Tug McGraw, who was playing baseball for Jacksonville. When she became pregnant with McGraw as a teen, D'Agostino's parents sent her to Louisiana to live with relatives. Through his father, McGraw has two half-brothers, Mark and Matthew, and a half-sister named Kari. He also has two younger half-sisters, Tracy and Sandra, through his mother's marriage to Horace Smith. McGraw grew up believing Smith was his father and used this stepfather's surname until meeting Tug. At age 11, McGraw discovered his birth certificate while searching in his mother's closet whilst looking for money to buy sweets. Following the discovery, he learned from her who his biological father was, and she took him to meet the elder McGraw for the first time. Tug McGraw denied the parentage for 7 years until Tim was 18 years old. After that time, the two formed a relationship and remained close until the former baseball star died in 2004. As a child, McGraw played competitive sports, including baseball, even before the knowledge of who his father was and his professional baseball career. McGraw was also a member of the FFA in high school. Following high school graduation, he attended Northeast Louisiana University on a baseball scholarship, where he was a pre-law major and pledged as a member of Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. A knee injury sustained while playing baseball for the college prevented him from pursuing a professional career in sports. While in college, McGraw learned to play guitar and would frequently perform and sing for money. He has claimed his roommates often hid the guitar because he was so bad. McGraw followed his mother when she returned to Jacksonville, Florida in 1987. After the move, he attended Florida Community College at Jacksonville for 1 term and occasionally sat in with local bands. In 1989, on the day his hero Keith Whitley died, McGraw dropped out of college to head to Nashville and pursue a musical career.
Get in here.
For dinner, boy. Liver and onions. Cut. Cut. Ladies and gentlemen.
Come on. What the hell's alarm?
You made this decision without me, and you know it was wrong. Now I have a decision for you. Unload Flicka.
Sorry, I couldn't get my foot.
Thanks, Scott.
Truck's passing 200,000 miles. Well, let's see if it'll do another 100. Generator's the generator's shot? Well, no, we'll fix it.
Wait, guys, remember. I gotta know how to put the halter on, first of all.
Food goes in the front, out the back.
Taking a
Now, who lives better than us?
Let me think. Bill Gates?
Well, who lives better than us?
Let me think.
The Rockefellers? Got a problem with that?
Who in the world lives better than us?
You can? Am I doing something wrong? I got one more.
Well, who lives better than us?
Let me think. That guy who's married to Faith Hill.
Damn right.
McGraw played a sheriff in Rick Schroder's independent release, Black Cloud. Pretty good acting, I'll say. In the end, Tim McGraw's legacy isn't just measured in chart toppers or awards. It's measured in the lives his music touched, in the stories he told with clarity and heart, in the way he carried country music into a new era without ever losing the soul that shaped him. His influence lives in every artist who blends tradition with evolution, and in every listener who found a piece of themselves in his songs. If you enjoyed this episode of The Opposers, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next story.